Hi everyone, welcome to the 5-day Beyond Clutter Clearing Challenge. I am Laura Clark, known as the Soul Wise Living Mentor, your host for this 5-day transformation and time. I work and support entrepreneurs, creatives, and a few cool other people who are in the process of listening to their inner wisdom more consistently, understanding that GPS for themselves more clearly, and taking courageous action upon it so that you can live your life more abundantly, more joyfully, even during those pesky moments of self-doubt. Why clutter? Why is this something that I use as a tool to awaken your soul's truth, to get you to see and feel and sense what your wisdom is trying to tell you and move forward? Well, let's go to why there is clutter. Clutter is about blockages. It's about having things around you that do not serve you. And when you have things around you, because everything is energy, that energy will bring you down instead of raise you up. And when your vibration is lower, you don't attract to yourself all of the goodness and juiciness that this world has to offer you. So when we clutter, when we clutter clear, we are removing those blockages. So we're creating space for the universe to help co-create what you want. Certainly having a great vision in mind and having a dream in place is important. But oftentimes if we clutter clear, we're also giving a sign to the universe saying, I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for you to give me the next lesson, the next joy, the next thing that's going to serve me to be a better person, to grow, and to be able to help my clients, my customers, the colleagues in my office, my family, my community. Okay. So clutter clearing, as one of my mentors say, is modern day alchemy. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know. And things clear up mystically and magically. So when we think of alchemy, I go back to the knights at the round table, and they're creating iron and having something shift magically from one thing to the other, and creating great jewels and great ways to enhance time. Clutter clearing is the modern day way to transform and become more creative in our lives. So this 5 days is really intended for you to become more self-aware. It's intended for you to be able to see what clutter is in your life, whether it's the laundry that continually sits on the stairs, or whether it's the grandmother's clock that was from your ex-husband's aunt, right? Or whether it's internal clutter, baggage that we're carrying around that is no longer needed on our shoulders so that we can move forward. Clutter comes in many, many shapes and sizes and forms. We will be looking at that this week. We're actually going to be looking at all of that this week. And before you say, oh my gosh, we only have 5 days, the exercises each day are designed for you to become aware of a different aspect of your life, to start saying that's the priority for me to work on after the 5 days. It's designed to create and inspire you to do some work afterward. It's designed to be fun. It's designed to get those golden ahas like, oh yeah, that's the thing that I need to be working on. Oh yeah, aha, man, I cleared that 2 years ago. Why is it still here? We'll talk a lot about that. Or it's the aha of, oh my gosh, I did this one exercise and I'm feeling so much lighter. How can I continue to make that area of my life lighter so that I do start attracting more of what you truly want? So the first thing that I want to talk about during this introduction is how the challenge is going to work. It's going to be designed so that you get an email in the morning in your inbox with a 5 to 10 minute exercise for you to do. And it is about clutter clearing, and it's about focusing very specifically as you're doing that clutter clearing on how you feel, how whether you're getting hits intuitively, whether you're feeling empowered, whether it's feeling challenging for you. So there's that awareness factor. We have the Facebook group to come in and share experiences and say, oh my gosh, I did this, and I cleaned out all of my medicines, and if that's one of the exercises. And I was like, I was holding on to this medicine that I used to take high blood pressure medicines about 10 years ago, and then I got off of them. And I held on to those blood pressure medicines for about 6 years. And I'm like, why? And I learned a lot about myself when I asked myself that question. And so that's what I'm hoping will be one simple example for you, is that why am I still holding on to this? And how does it feel to get rid of it? And what are you aspiring to that maybe holding on to that wasn't helping you get there? So we've got the inbox email, we've got the Facebook group, and I'm going to be coming live into the Facebook group almost every day. Every day. And one of the juicy things that you may not know or know of me is that we have a summer house, a family summer house in New Hampshire at the lake. And Mother's Day weekend, over this weekend, is when we open it. And I'm the one that kind of oversees doing this. And it's taking the winter out of it. It's, getting the sheets on the beds and the new fresh air into the cabin so that we can, my family can enjoy it during the summertime. And there's a lot of clutter clearing up there. And I'm going to be there for the first 3 days of the challenge, first 2 days of the full challenge. So you're going to get some of that energy, which is really exciting. There's going to be a bonus, and the bonus is going to be around Saturday. I have September 19th on here, so that's absolutely not right? Saturday, May 19th. I'm going to kind of have a home room open, if you will, where I'm going to study hall. I'll be there answering any questions that you have as you may go around your house to do a little clutter clearing in the morning, Eastern Standard Time on the 19th. I'll get that information to you as we go through the week a little bit. But it's also when the royal marriage is happening over in England. So, we are all princesses. We love being a princess as a child, and we love holding ourselves up as royalty. And we should every day, every moment, because we are all royal and we all are royalty. So we're going to be princesses for the day as we do a little clearing so that we can hold ourselves higher and live in our truth more powerfully after the 5 days. So I'm really excited that the coordination of that has fallen into place beautifully. So that's one of the bonuses. So that's really how it's going to work. But the first thing that you must do is create an intention. And intention is that you are going to get the most powerful message out of this as possible, as it relates to who you are right now. And you may want to fill in that blank, as it relates to my health, as it relates to my relationships, as it relates to my work. But set some time before Monday to understand what that intention is for yourself. Okay. And why you joined. What's really cool about these challenges that I offer is that if you do 3 days of it, you get something. If you do 5 days of it, you get something. But it's the collective group doing this together that if you just open the emails and read them, you would get something out of it. So there's this collective energy of like-minded women, and I think a few cool men, who are striving towards creating the transformation for themselves and making room for the better, best self to step forward. So I'm really excited that you joined this 5-day Beyond Clutter Clearing Challenge. one of the things that I said earlier that we're going to do is we're going to look at the whole self. We're going to look at our mental self, our emotional self, our physical self, and our spiritual self during this week. We're going to take those pieces and we're going to run with them. We're going to get clarity about our physical self. We're going to get clarity about our mindsets. We're going to get clarity about our spiritual self, and whether you're aligned with source or whether some new alignment will better suit you. We are going to talk about our emotions and our emotional self. Clutter has a lot to do with our emotions. It has a lot to do with the connection to that thing that we're holding on to and not releasing. So, a silly, super easy example is I now have a wireless mouse. I didn't have a wireless mouse for the longest time because I had a really nice connected mouse and it served me well. It felt good in my hand and I had spent a lot of really good money for it, right? Money is not neither good nor bad. That's a whole nother challenge, right? But I didn't want to get rid of it. And yet it was annoying the heck out of me because I had to put it into the, use a USB port, much needed USB port for that. I needed to um, move the wire when I was moving my laptop. I like using this with my keyboard. So even when I take my laptop downstairs and work at the kitchen table, I had another corded thing to carry. And it took me a while to get through that. And one of the things that I was looking at is freedom, right? How was I strapped into that cord? And where was I not allowing more freedom into my life? And that's what happens when I throw something away or I give something away or I recycle something is what is going to come in place of this? I become very curious and inquisitive about the possibilities. So we'll look at our whole self. We will look at how our emotions are tied in with our clutter and where we may be holding ourselves back to create those transformations for ourselves, to create space for the next best thing to come into our life. The next best thing, we hope, or the next lesson, because we're on a journey. Life is going to happen. But when we are clearer in ourselves, when we can see, hear, and know our soul's truth, because there's less clutter, even the lesson events and activities that come to us are more joyful. Even those challenges that come are more joyful. And certainly the more joyful things that come into our lives are just expanded. And when we can continually raise our vibration, we continually attract that which we want into our lives, which is just brilliant. This work can be fun. It can also be challenging. If you've done clutter clearing before from a soulful perspective, you may know what you're coming into. You may also recognize that one more onion peel is coming off and things may unravel a little bit. Be kind to yourself. Allow the transformation to happen. I use a lot of my own examples because I think that they're very clear. We live in a house. My guy is a carpenter, so I am the cobbler's wife. I'm the carpenter's wife, and our house is in the process of being finished. So we don't have a finished kitchen right now. And I'm in the process of removing one shelf and putting another shelf in. And so now I'm doing this in conjunction with somebody else. And as I'm trying to do one thing, that other being is holding on to one thing. As I'm trying to hold on to something, that other being may be like, oh, I can get rid of that. So be kind to yourself if you're doing this in partnership with a spouse or a child's bedroom, because we all hold on to different things. Be kind to them. Be compassionate. Drink a lot of water this week. Water helps conduct electricity. We are all energetic beings and energy. And so to make a smooth transition through this week, having water within you will help allow the energy to be connected dot to dot to dot. Have fun, be curious, be kind, drink water, and allow an increased self-awareness to come to you. Be open for it. You may clear that mouse and go, freedom, oh man, I've got all this freedom in the world. I'm self-employed and my time is my own. I create my own schedule. I've got a wonderful team. I am as free as a bird. And I'm blocking the answer. I'm blocking the answer by saying that. But when I'm inquisitive, when I say, freedom, where am I not experiencing freedom? Where do I want more freedom in my life? Where can I achieve more freedom in my life? Then we become open, and then more answers come through us and to us. And that is part of connecting to your soul's truth. So you're hearing it more consistently and understanding it. And then we start taking courageous actions based upon it. The 5-day Beyond Clutter Clearing Challenge is that it's beyond the clutter. Please do not expect your house to be brilliantly spanky clean and clear by the end of the 5 days unless you've taken the whole week off and have a real great design to clutter clear your whole home. This is designed to be that ramping up, to give you some energy, to give you some self-awareness, to spearhead your spring cleaning. Because here in the Northeast, we just got spring. It may be the middle of May, but we just got spring. But when we do the clutter clearing consistently, we have less of it to do in the future because we don't allow things to come into us. So if you design clutter clearing as a lifestyle, you start becoming more self-aware day in and day out. And that's really cool. And that, I hope, is some impetus that you get from this 5-day Beyond Clutter Clearing Challenge, is that it is a way of life. And this morning I was picking up downstairs. I had a late night with clients and teaching last night. So I didn't go back downstairs, and I went downstairs. I hadn't put it to bed the night before. And so I had to do some clutter clearing, some picking up. But in that picking up, there was like, I wonder why that is still there. Why I've chosen to leave it there for a few days, and I have some fun with it. I'm curious, and I get those ahas. I'm like, okay, there it is again, Laura. Let's keep going. Right? So allow this 5 days to inspire you forward. Don't feel like you're less than because you see so much that needs to be done. This is taking one vibrant, wonderful step at a time forward. And that's the way we have to approach anything, right? Is eating the elephant one bite at a time. This is about one thing at a time. And by the end of the 5 days, you will see where the priorities in your life that you value, that you believe in, are not being served, and how clutter clearing one particular area around that will help serve that value, will help serve that passion for yourself, and will allow you to step brilliantly forward. So I'm looking forward to this time together. I'm looking forward to you becoming more aware of some of those hidden aspects of yourself. I'm looking forward to getting some clutter cleared so that spring can truly arrive wherever you are, so that we can shine on collectively as a group. I'm really inspired by who is here. I think it's a wonderful group, and we're going to have some fun in the Facebook group talking about things. I will be there live to see you through and to support you in any way that I can. I hope that you have a wonderful experience and that we will start on Monday, May 14th to rock and roll this challenge. And there'll be some other surprises along the way. So I hope that you have a great day. We'll keep talking, and as always, keep smiling.